Now it's time to announce the final award of the night, the Tricaster Director of the Year. All submissions from all the prior categories were eligible to win this award. The highest vote getter from all categories is a director from South Africa, utilizing virtual sets, remote calls, and clever storytelling to create engaging and successful productions for corporate video production, live events, and the broadcast industry. The winner of the inaugural Tricaster Director of the Year is Ryan Pimer.
Hey, congratulations! Ryan and his team at Flash Forward designed their own sets for use in Tricaster, utilizing 8 different camera angles, multiple virtual speakers on virtual screens, a visible virtual studio audience, live Q&As from audience members, and up to 3-way communication between physical speakers, virtual speakers, and audience members. Now, Ryan Pimer is a multi-award-winning film director and producer with over 20 years experience, as well as the founder and CEO of Flash Forward Productions. Ryan and your team, congratulations. And now we are joined by the Tricaster Director of the Year, Ryan Pimer. Ryan, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Well, out of all the submissions that we saw, yours was fantastic. You're utilizing almost everything that I can even think of that the Tricaster can do, all the way from virtual sets to bringing in remote callers. A really fantastic show. Can you tell us a little bit about how you brought the show together?
Of course. So we've been producing this reality show called The Insurance Apprentice for quite some time now. When COVID hit, of course, we couldn't have physical contestants. So ultimately, the idea here was to think of a creative way to still continue the show during a period like COVID that would still be entertaining and engaging. Now, at first, I was very skeptical when my client asked me about this. But prior to that, we had started doing what we call 3D virtual eventing experiences, which were the multiple camera angles. We would even put the virtual audience in there in like a pit in the virtual set. We would bring in virtual callers. We'd even be able to do live Q&As. So we had kind of started fine-tuning and playing with this tech before this request came along. And then we kind of asked ourselves, well, how can we bring this to life? How are we going to have 18 contestants per episode? And then we thought about, number one, we've got our studios at our offices, and we thought, let's do a really nice branded virtual set, multiple camera angles. We'll bring in the judge's desk, just like we had in the previous version, and we'll bring in all of our contestants as well. When we brought in our contestants, it was actually a really fun process because it feels like they're almost there, and that's really what I was kind of going for here is, although we're set up in a studio and although it's remote, the fact is I really wanted to give the feeling like the contestants were there and that they're still able to feel any tension, any comedy, all of the emotions that would usually come through in person. I wanted to make sure that they came through, virtually as well. And that's why we spent a lot of time in post afterwards, just really layering all of the music, the graphics, just to make sure that we are doing the best we can for a virtual reality show. I had never seen this being done before. We didn't have a formula for it. No one told us how to do it. We had to sit down for hundreds of hours and figure out different ways of using different technologies combined, obviously Tricaster as the main source, to pull something like this together. And we've had to innovate and pivot through that COVID period, and I think that really kind of kicked us into gear to really try something different, maybe risky, something that's never been done before, but really paid off. I mean, I think we got nearly 500,000 views for this show, which is just online only. So even people that aren't interested in insurance ended up watching it just because it was engaging, it was visually appealing.
Right, it's visually engaging and also it was just entertaining. Like when we were watching, it was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. Normally when you think of like corporate videos, like it's kind of stiff or something like that. But yours was fantastic. Great job.
So, it's one thing having people watch this show and enjoy it and be entertained. I think myself and my team, having put in hundreds and hundreds of hours of pre-production, production, and post into something like this, for a company like NewTek and Tricaster to see and acknowledge the time and skill and tech and creativity that went into this is incredibly humbling, and we're very grateful for that. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome, and very well deserved. Ryan Peamer, the Tricaster Director of the Year. Thank you so much for joining us, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.